don't forget to subscribe for more reviews. Please also like. Thank you.
Hello there everyone, Tom here again, and today we have the privilege of taking a look at the 10th pack for the Build Optimus Prime from Agora Bottles. I'm starting here primarily because I wanted to show you where, at least the screws that I found, the majority of them appear to be underneath this piece right here. And there's a few of them, but we've come to expect that. So, I also ask for your indulgence because I am recording this. My camera no longer accepts audio input. Crazy things happen. We adjust. But yeah, so I'm recording this on a secondary thing, and hopefully everything will match up. But it should be better than the last one. So why don't we go ahead and we'll get started. This is tray 1. Hopefully you've seen all the trays up to this point. So bear with me just a moment and we'll get right started. So we begin 10 with part TR1051, which is this right here, and we take part TR1057, which is this rubber grommet, and we put these on here like this. Now these don't seem to want to, they're not the most secure connection, so just be careful with what you're doing. Hang on a second, I apologize for shifting the camera around, but there we go. So these are not the most intuitive things. Well, I mean, I guess it is intuitive. You know what I'm saying. I'm afraid they're going to fall off, but I digress. Then you take part TR1042. This is the one that has the 1 on it, if you can see that there. You want it turned just like this. And this is going to come in and set kind of right here, like this. Then you bring in part TR1041, and it is going to come in and slide down. Maybe I've got the wrong ones. It is possible I have the wrong ones here. I've got these other little bitty grommets, but I only had 2 of these. And I'm pretty sure 57 are the bigger ones. Let me just check here. The other issue that I have with this, no, the 57s are the smaller ones. Maybe that's why they didn't seem like they were going to fit. Oh folks, I think it's going to be one of those builds. So, taking my trusty scissors here, I have had for more than 15 years. I will pull out 2 of those, try to leave the rest of them in the bag there, and here we go. Let's try this one more time now. Alright, so we're going to put these on here. Much tighter fit this time. Kind of funny because that's, you know, where it goes. That's actually the part that belongs to it. And we're bringing back in this part. Hopefully these will marry together the way they're supposed to, and it does appear that way. Now we take ourselves some, these are PB236s, and we just line these up here as best we can, get them started. Alright, so I'm going to put in these other 2 and tighten all this down, and we'll come right back. And this is what that looks like all assembled. So we're going to set this aside for right now, and we're going to pull out piece TR1001. It's got the 1, so that you know you've got the correct one. Find yourself TR1013, stick that in there. and TR1014. Okay, so you got to put in the bottom one first, otherwise it won't go. That gives you that. We bring this piece back in. We're going to put it right here, and we're going to connect all this with 4 PWM 2/6s. These are the little silver screws, and this piece is die cast here, so just a tinge of oil. It shows it's going in all 4 corners. So I'm going to go ahead and put those in. This is what this looks like all completed. You can see the detail on the inside. Looks very nice. And it's nice and solid. Now, I have to do this again, make an exact duplicate of this. So instead of showing that, I'm just going to go ahead and snap my fingers and there'll be one. Poof! And here we go. Just through the magic of editing, we have 2 of the same ones. Now, I believe these are going to be the front hip skirts. I could be wrong, but we'll figure it out. Set those aside. Next, we're going to take all of this right here. We have 2 more of those 1057 washers. This time we're going to be putting them onto this part right here, which is a TR1050, and it goes on just as you would expect, like that. Excuse me. Next we bring this part in, which is TR1045. Bring this in, bring in our other piece of our hip skirt, which is TR1048. Sandwich this back together. This was, I will say, this was extremely secure. I had to pry it off, but yeah. This is held together with 4 PB 2/3/6s. And they just go in here. And I'm going to go ahead and do those. In fact, I'm going to do another one of those situations where I just kind of snap my fingers and 2 of them will be done. Poof! And here's what those look like assembled. So, moving along, set these to the side. Next, we are going to begin assembling the wheel, and the actual wheel. We go with this piece right here, which is TR1054, and you know you got the right one because it's kind of crooked. See how that is? It's not flush. You take 2 more of those grommets, the 57s. We put those on right here like this. Okay. So we take this piece and we bring over TR1035. We put this in place like this with the directions show it pointing upwards. Like this. Okay. This will be held into place with 2 PB266s, and the 6/6s, these are flared ends that I'm looking at. That may not be the right ones. Do I have 6/6s somewhere else? I do. Okay, so I don't need the flared ends for this. I need the not flared ends. Sorry folks, I just noticed that on the directions. I'd rather not get it wrong if I can help it. It doesn't help you all to see me get it wrong. Well, maybe it does, I don't know. But, alright, I'm going to put this in here like this. Tighten these down real quickly, because I want to do this in one take if it's to where I can, so that you all can see it put together. Alright, that's in there. I can make that a little bit more solid. It's still a little loose. There we go. And because it's going to have the tire. We're going with that solid. Okay. Next we bring in the tire, TR1056, and the rim, which is TR1037. So I've seen a lot of people dip these in like hot water for a minute or two to loosen them up. These are malleable enough to where you can just do them like this too. Should just go right on, theoretically. Let's find out. So yes, the hot water trick works, but I don't think you need it for this. Actually, I've got it on backwards. The tire, I don't know if you can see it or not, has Autobot written on it. Don't know, yeah, you should be able to see it right there. So again, pop it right in. They're good stiff tires, but I mean, you just saw me loosen it up just by putting a little pressure to it, so it wasn't that big of a deal. Next we take this piece that we just made and we bring in that great big grommet, the one that I didn't think was right, the 73, and we put it in right there. Wait a minute. I've got it backwards. I swear. I swear. Alright, so this is a recessed rim. So you want the Autobot coming out. Like this. This is how that's supposed to go. Okay? This comes in. And I wonder if I can get this on here first and maybe do better with it. Probably. Alright. So then this comes in and that will join together. Excuse me. Now we do need one of the flare end PB236s for this to help hold this in place. All this is plastic on plastic, so no worry about oil or anything. There we go. Okay. Next we bring in the other side of the tire here, and that should just kind of snap in place where it's supposed to go. This will be held in with 4 PB268s. Get that one started, and I'll go ahead and do these other 4, the other 3. We do exactly the same thing for the other side, so I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera, and we'll just end up with 2, just like we have the other things. Poof! And just like that, we have 2 wheels done. Okay, next we are going to begin assembling the waist. We're attaching the wheels to the hips. So we take our wheels here, put them in, like this, right? And we attach this. This is TR1052. It comes in. It's got to sit. It's got to sit in there. It's not too happy about it, but it's got to. And we attach it. It's got 3 screw holes. Here, here, and here. I am putting in, these are PB236s. So I'm going to go ahead and put these in place. Right. Okay. One here, one here, one here. I'm going to attach the tire on the other side too and come right back. And this is what they look like put together. They move up and down just like they should. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to attach these parts that we made here. They're going to go in right here like this, and they will be held in place with 2 PB236s. And then you just come in here like this, just like that. I'm going to attach both of these and I'll come right back. And there they are assembled. Next we take these other parts that we just did. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to attach them here like this, and they will also be attached with PB236s. So it's literally just doing the exact same thing we just did up here at the front. Line these up as best you can. Get you a screw in there. Making this far more difficult than it has to be. Sorry, I'm getting tired. I don't know how much more of this I'll be able to do tonight. Line it up, screw it in place. I'm going to do these off camera. I think I may just end this here for tonight and come back tomorrow. I mean, you could see how all this is going to work. Alright, I think I'm going to do that. So when next I come back, we're actually going to be building the legs. And I will say this, I am moderately concerned. This is a piece of plastic because of all the action and the stuff that's going to be going on here. I would have preferred this to be a piece of die cast over even some of the other pieces that they had. So yeah. I'm going to pause right here. I'll pick this back up maybe tomorrow night. And we are back after a good little rest. So another new day. Wearing a sweater today, so because it's cold. Regardless, let's pick up where we left off. When last we looked, I had completed this part. I'm just kind of setting it aside for now. I'm sure we'll be working with it here in a few minutes. But we need to do, I guess this is the hip joint. I don't rightly know. But we need TR10 74 and TR10 58. And these are different because one is 40 kilograms and one is 20. This one is heavier than this one. I can just tell this one's heavier, I think. Here's hoping. Oh, you know what? I don't know if you could see it or not, but it says 40 kilogram right here. And this one says 20. So, yay. This is part TR1004. The 40 kilogram one goes in right like that. Right there. And the 20 kilogram one right here like this. Now, these are all held together with M 3x6s, 3x8s with the lock washers. And they just go in here. These are the threaded ones. So I'm going to put one here, one here, one here, and one here. I'll do that off camera. And this is what that looks like all put together. So we'll set that aside because we'll probably need it in a minute. This is part TR1005. This is part TR1059. They come together here. I don't think there's a wrong way to do it so long as the bolts line up. And I have M36s with some more of those lock washers. And they just come in and they should just line up. Yep, that one started. I'm going to go ahead and put in 3 more and we'll go from there. So the next thing we do is we take that part that we just made and the part we made before and we marry those together just like this, right? And then we take, this is an M38 with a lock washer. And we just put that in there on both sides. And we just tighten it down. Just as you would expect. Nothing too surprising here. So for the next step here, we bring in the left leg that we have completed, right? And, no, the left, not the right. And we bring in our part here, and this is just gonna slot right down in there, just like it was supposed to. Then we take 2 of these. These are the M 3x10s, and they are going to, with lock washers, fit in right here. And I'm going to zoom in. You can see where it's going to go right here. And those just get put in there and secured. I'll do that off camera. So the next thing we do, we take this metal rod that it came with, we put it in here, holding securely. We bend the joint to 90 degrees. And then it wants us to rotate the joint so that it is over here 90 degrees. Next thing we're supposed to do is take the wire here, and if I'm looking at it correctly, it looks like we feed it through here, through the center, and it will fit. I'll bet not happily, but it will, he says. Go in there. This might be easier to, there we go, manipulate than I'm making it out to be. Now, I can't really tell for sure exactly where it's supposed to go other than out. It does not show it going over, so I don't know, maybe it's just like this. I'll find out for sure. But yeah, that's what we do with this section here. So the next thing we do is we bring in part TR1019, which is this part right here. And that's going to come in, and these screw holes are going to match up with these. So you just being careful not to crimp your wire there. Lay it in place, and that is held in place with 4 these little black screws, which are the PB 2/6/8, and they just go in here and tighten down. I'm going to go ahead and do that. There's 2 here and 2 here that we'll put in. So once you have those in, then you need to bring in part TR1021, which is this part right here. Okay, and it comes in and sets in here like this. So you know you've got it right when you can see the holes for the bolts and the main joint there. Excuse me. That's held into place with M3/8 bolts, and it's got the split washer, or not the split washer, the I don't know what you call it, the star washer, the janky washer, whatever. Crimped is what I've been calling it, the crimped washer. Come on now, line up there where you're supposed to be. There we go. Oh, I thought I had it. Alright, there's just 2 of these. So you just got to line them up proper. Get them into place. Just takes a moment or 2 of your time. Come on now. Ah. Alright. Okay. Now, bring that around. Tighten up this one. Go. Next, we bring in part TR1017, which looks like this. Looks like this. And this is going to go, and it's going to feed over top of this, which is not the easiest thing to do, but it is doable. Flip this around, and you have 3 holes. There we go. that you will be putting PB268 in. Tell you what, you know I'm going to do that. I'm going to do it off camera. So the next thing we do is we bring in part TR1022, which looks like this. Okay. And we bring in part TR1049. And this goes in with this side facing up. And it comes in and sits right like that. This will be held in place with 4 PB268s, and they go in. One goes right here, I believe. Yeah. Okay. Here, 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 and here. I'll do that off. And this is what that looks like with everything screwed in. Next, we bring in part TR1023, which looks like this. And we're going to need part TR1036, which is this yellow thing right here. There's only one way to put it in properly. It's got little wings on it. I don't know how well you all can see that, but it fits in these grooves. Just lines up there. And it is held into place on the opposite side with a PB266. Make sure it's in there, and just secure that. Now these pieces that we just did, pardon me, are going to be attached to the leg. So I'm going to raise up my camera again. So now we bring in this part here that we did, okay, and it's got screw holes, right, that are going to line up with these right here. Don't know how well you can see them, but hopefully they're lit up there. It's just going to come in and line up there, just like that. That is going to be held in place in those 4 screw holes with the screws, the PB 3x8s. So, you know, I'm not going to go too crazy doing this on camera. But yeah, one here, 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 and here. And that's what it looks like secured to the side of the leg. Next we bring in this other piece that we just made, and it's going to come in and marry up on this side. Yeah, I'm not running afoul of anything. It looks like we have 4 screw holes. There's 2 here and 2 right here. That's going to hold this into place. And the screws that you're going to need for that are the PB268s. So I'm going to go ahead and put in one here, get it started so that it doesn't fall off on me. And remember, you're putting a screw here, a screw here, a screw here, and a screw here. And that's what that looks like when it's on. Excuse me. Next we take TR 1027, and that's going to come in with this lip and go under here and fit in right here. And it almost snaps in place. Now, this is held in place with 2 PB68s, and the screw holes are like right here. You can see one, and the other side's on the other side. So it shouldn't be all that difficult, I wouldn't think, to be able to see where it goes. It's kind of in the dark here in this room I'm working on, so maybe some brighter lights or natural light or something. There we go. Might work a little bit better to at least get your screws started here. I'm just gonna get it started so that I can ratchet them down the way they need to be here in a few minutes. I even hit anything? Yeah, it's going in. Alright, I'm going to tighten those down and we'll come back. And that's what it looks like from the back. Now, we take this part here, which is TR 1026. It's going to come in and line up here like this. And we secure it with PWB 266s. 266. I think I got the right screw here. Yes, okay. These are the ones that have the flat head, the washer already attached to it. So it just comes in here and secures up. And there's 1, 2, 3 more I'll do. And that's what that looks like with all 4 screws in nice and tight. The last thing we do for this leg that I can tell is we take this part here, which is TR 1028, and it just kind of sits in here just like that. And I believe that is the last thing we do for this particular leg. The instructions have us working on the next leg, so I am going to do that. I'm just going to, since it's a mirror of what we just did, just like I said, a mirror, I'm going to do that and just have them both here together. So I don't know if you all know this or not, probably not. This was an hour to assemble, just based on the way it worked. So I'm 2 hours into this already, this pack, and I've got another one of these to build. So we'll see what happens. Poof! Alright folks, I've got both legs done, and it has taken me 2 hours, I'm not joking, to do both of these. So I hate to say it, I'm calling it again for the night. I gotta take a break. I don't like to do that, but what do you do? Alright, so we'll pick this back up here tomorrow. So we're picking back up. We've just started our, well, we did 3 hours just about, so now we're into hour almost 4. So we start off by taking this piece right here, which is PB1006, and we need this bit right here, which is TR1055. And don't know how well it comes off on camera, but it's got these little ridges right here that will correspond with the ridges right here. It will just set flush in here, right? But before you do that, you need to add a washer. You need 2 of these nuts in here. Working the way I want it to. These things here are going to go in here like this. Okay, just like that. And then this comes over and sits right down on top of this. Okay, and being careful, we're going to screw this into place. This is the PB268 regular, not flathead screw. Come on now, get in there. Where's the flat? Should it be the flathead? It doesn't show the flathead, just shows a regular old screw. It does not want to go in there. Doesn't matter if it wants to go in there or not. Let's see, that one moved on me. Tell you what. Yep, I don't have any more of those. I was gonna say I'd try the flathead screw, but I don't have any more of those. So, yeah. This is not happy to do what it's supposed to do here. I mean, I've got the right screw. PB268. PB268. It might be that I just got a bad screw. Hang on. I think after all this, my screwdriver that it came with is, I don't know if it's died, but I think it's not doing as well as it should. And I think that was the problem. Regardless, this is what it looks like, all solid. Next we take piece TR1039, and you know you got the right one because it's got this lip here, right? There are two pieces. You want this one, it's got this right here on it, right? Bring this in so that this piece will come over, and this should just work its way in place like that. And that's what you want. This piece is metal, so I'm going to put a little silicone on here, and it gets screws in 4 places, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to go ahead and get these screwed in here, and I will come right back. And that's what that looks like with all 4 screws in. Next we're going to take part TR1009, which is this metal bit here. It's going to come in and it's going to sit right here. If it's got a little lip right here to help hold it in place, but still it's not happy with it. That's held in place with 2 of these M38s with the lock washers. So just kindly get them in there. Bring out your Allen wrench. Try and get it started. Just like that. And once again, I'll get this off screen. So here it is. It's in there. It's solid. Next thing we do is we take this piece here, which is TR1007, and you know you've got the right piece because it's got this big cutout right here for it. That's going to butt up right here and make this part look like that. Now it goes in place. It's held in place with 2 of these PB236s, right? He says, get on there, okay. It's held in place with 2 PB36s, and lining everything up. These 2 bits are die cast, so I'm putting just a tinge of silicone on there just to help them get in there. And once again, trying to line everything up, keep it straight. And the first time for this pack, we're going to end up pulling out the glue, and that is for that bit with the yellow you see at the top of your screen there, because that goes in here. It's got holes right here that are going to fit into those holes right there. So, like I said, first time for this pack that we've had to pull this out. I don't know if I think this is the only one of this particular bit that we've got here. So I guess we'll see. Let's see. Put some of my Gorilla Glue here in the holes. Try and get it where it needs to be. And put a little bit just around it. Trying not to drown it in glue, but making sure that you have enough so that it will go in where it's supposed to. Get in there. I did not dry fit this. Is that upright? No, I think I got it backwards. Oh my goodness. No, it's got to go that way. Ah, there we go. As they used to say, it's all in how you hold your jaw. I got glue on my fingers. Yay! And simply because I am Tom and I get a little paranoid sometimes about certain things, I'm going to add just a little bit on this side. Probably don't need it, but I don't think it hurts. So, alright. Let's see here. So the next thing we're going to need is we're going to need this bit right here, and we've got these two pieces right here. I think this is the right one. I'm pretty sure this is the right one. This is going to come in, and it shows it going over this hole right here. I'm looking at it wrong. You are, Tom. It goes like this. Okay, and then this bit comes in. It shows it attaching just like that, so that you'll have that detail right there, and that's put in with two PWM 26s. PWM 26s. Where did I? PWM 26s. Here's one, and here's two. All right. And these are the little small silver screws. Excuse me. We're going into metal because this bit is metal. So, I'll be that way. Ah, getting stuff all over me. Now get on there. There we go. Okay, enough to get that one started. And we wash, rinse, repeat. Right here. And we have that really lovely bit right there. This is going to come in, and how's it set? Like this. Yeah, that's right. It's going to come in and it's going to set right here. Huh. Okay. Well. There's that, and there's that, and now it's in place. And apparently that does not get screwed in anywhere, so I guess it's just going to be held in place with friction. Next we bring in the TR 1031, and it is going to come here at the bottom and kind of clasp underneath it like this. And that's held in place with PB236s. So let me find the PB236s. Go. Two of them. And that comes in underneath here. That was not good. Super glue. But all right. snaps into place. That's plastic, so I don't have to put silicone on it. And now we just secure this. Just like this. Take it down. Take it down. Alright, good lord. And so now, oh lord, hang on, I gotta do a bunch of adjustments. We're hooking this to the leg. Now we take our part here that we just made, and we feed the line through here, open this out. This is going to connect right here, and if everything works correctly, it's going to be held into place with 4 of these M3x6s, and I have a lock washer on there, help keep it in place. Tricky part of this is trying to get this lined up properly, because you can't really see what you're doing. There we go. Oops. Alright. And I have to say, this bit has fallen out more than once. So this is going to be one of those tricky things where you gotta get it lined up and you can't really see what you're doing. So I'm going to do the rest of these off camera. There's going to be one here, one here, one here, and one here. The last thing we do here is we take our cord and we run it up through the hole that's in here. I don't know if y'all can see that. Comes up through here and comes out the top there. And that's what we do for this leg so far. We're going to be building another one of those parts here next. Alright folks, so I've run into what is potentially a concerning thing, and I may hurt myself by doing this, I don't know, but this is TR1006, right? And this is TR1055. This is the part where we put the bolts, the nuts in, right? And we connected everything together. Well, I'm looking at the directions, and I'm not sure how well this comes off on camera, but if you notice, we've got our part, I guess it's 22, we've got our part, and it shows that it's just connecting into part 1040, right? But if you look at it, it looks like it's got that piece there, and it goes straight from telling us to move the thing up to this. So I'm wondering if maybe they left out a step. Now I don't know that for a fact. I wasn't in any of those design meetings, right? But it seems logical to me that you have an exactly similar piece that's going to have bolts coming through it at some point with this that's designed to do that. So again, I may be cutting myself in the foot, or shooting myself, or however, whatever idiom you wish to use there, but I am going to take the initiative, even though the directions don't show it, and I am going to secure this in place just like I did the last one. And if it's wrong, it's wrong. I may not know if it's wrong or not until, you know, pack 11. I don't know yet, but what I do know is it seems like it should probably work. And if excuse me, I mean, I have the extra, they gave me nuts for it, right? They gave me 2 extra nuts, and it doesn't show up, and it's built for it. So the worst case scenario is probably it just isn't really needed, at which point thing moved on me. There we go. At which point it won't make that big of a difference anyway. We bring in part 40. I wanted to make sure you all knew that and you saw the directions, so either they just left that part out, or they really don't want us to use this here. Excuse me. I mean, I'll figure it out. We'll know. Sometimes the thing that seems the most logical isn't always. Alright, I'm going to put these in 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so I've brought out the right leg, and we're going to take our piece here, feed this through, just like this, and line this up, and we're going to once again put this into place with 4 M36s with the lock washers, and it's just a matter of getting it lined up with the hole properly, which can be slightly challenging, mostly because you just can't see what you're doing. There, I got that one started. I'm going to go ahead and get these other ones in. So now for the fun part, folks. We have to connect these two together in the middle. We also need to take our wire here from the right leg and feed it in and get that one out of the way so that they don't get crimped. Now these two pieces here are going to be held together with 5 of the PB268s, and there are, I mean, you could see, maybe you can't see, there's 5 screw holes, and it's just a matter of bringing these things together as best you can, just like that. Now the tricky part here, at least for me, is going to be securing these so that they don't come loose. I'm not going to put this in all the way, just enough so that it won't naturally unfurl on me, because this bit right here is what really concerns me, trying to keep it in place. This is not the easiest thing to do, but hopefully it will work the way we want it to. I know this video has been long. I apologize. Like I said, I wasn't in on any of the design team for this, so we're just all kind of in it together. I will say this pack is pushing a solid 4 hours, and it has been, to date, the most complex pack I've worked on. Well, I say complex. It really hasn't been all that stringent as far as trying to figure out what to do. It's just, there's so daggone much. It's exhausting, if I'm being honest with y'all. And I do try to be honest with you. It's just exhausting. So, yeah. That's all 4 of them, or 5 of them in there. And they're all nice and tight. Hey. And now the legs are connected. Alright, let me see what I gotta do next. So the last thing we do for this for a few minutes, notice how I said that, we are not done with this pack, not at all. We need to find our Allen key, our Allen wrench, wherever I've placed it. Where's the Allen wrench at? Man alive, I tell you. Where did I put it? Oh, it's right here. Okay. We have to take our Allen wrench, and we need 2 of the M38s, and they are going to go right in here and secure down, hopefully. Need two of them, one here, one here. I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then we're going to be assembling smaller parts again. Alright, so this is pretty simple. We take this part here, TR1010, we take another one of these TR1058s, and we put it in here, just like that. Then we're going to secure it on this side and this side. You can't see. We're going to secure it on this side and this side with M3/8 with the lock washers. So just getting that started. As soon as I get this locked down, we gotta go back up to the hips again. So I'm going to go ahead and secure those. So we take the piece that we just built, and it's going to come in right here and set like that. And that's going to be held in place with four M310s, and it's got the crimp washers in it this time. Not the lock washers, but the crimp washers. I'm not sure why, but you know, that's one of those things, I suppose. I'm going to go ahead and buckle this down and come back. Bolt here, 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 and here. Here, 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 here. Alright folks, so I was able to get all four of these in. I will tell you, yes, I did need that piece that wasn't in the directions to hook these two bolts in. So make sure you do that. Additionally, one of these slipped out, so I had to undo it and work it, and I ended up putting a little super glue on the two nuts that are down here that we secured, if you recall. So yeah, it works. The last thing we do in this stage, we bring over this, let me back out a tinge. We bring over this piece that we built here, right? The first thing. We take our wires, we run them through here. I can't tell on the directions if it says it's supposed to be, the wires are supposed to be in the front or the back, but there's room for either, so I don't guess it really is going to matter all that much. Let's see here, are we going into metal? I think we are. We use PM 3x6 screws. Alright folks, so I was able to find the correct screws, the PM36s. They're these silver ones, and there's just 4 of them. So we had exactly what we needed, and they, I don't know how well this is going to come off on camera, but you can see 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that secures in there quite nicely. Almost like it was made for it. That, finally, is everything we have to do in stage 10. When we come back for stage 11, we're going to build like the abs and his spine, and basically just get some of this together, the fuel tanks, the wheels at the bottom, and apparently we're going to build the remote control. So this pack was something else. I am happy it is finished. That's what I'll say to that. So anyway, thank you for watching this build video. He's coming along. We're going to get him here shortly. This is two more packs. This is Tom. Thanks for watching. I'll see you at the next review.
Thank you for watching my Papa's channel. Please subscribe and like. Thank you.
Vitamin John. Operators are standing by.